As president, I intend to pursue a tough, smart, and principled national security strategy, one that recognizes that we have interests beyond Baghdad, in Kandahar, in Karachi, in Tokyo, in London, in Beijing, in Berlin. I will focus this strategy on 5 goals essential to making America safer: ending the war in Iraq responsibly, finishing the fight against al-Qaeda and the Taliban, securing all nuclear weapons and materials from terrorists and rogue states, achieving true energy security, and rebuilding our alliances to meet the challenges of the 21st century. My opponent in this campaign has served this country with honor, and we all respect his sacrifice. We both want to do what we think is best to defend the American people. But we have made different judgments and would lead in a very different direction. And that starts with our difference on Iraq. I opposed going to war in Iraq. Senator McCain was one of Washington's biggest supporters for the war. I warned that the invasion of a country posing no imminent threat would fan the flames of extremism and distract us from the fight against al-Qaeda and the Taliban. Senator McCain claimed that we would be greeted as liberators and that democracy would spread across the Middle East. Those were the judgments we made on the most important strategic question since the end of the Cold War. Now, all of us recognize that we must do more than look back. We must make a judgment about how to move forward. In the words of General Marshall, what is needed? What can best be done and what must be done? Senator McCain wants to talk about our tactics in Iraq. I want to focus on a new strategy for Iraq and the wider world. It has been 18 months since President Bush announced the surge. As I've said many times, our troops have performed brilliantly in lowering the level of violence. General Petraeus has used new tactics to protect the Iraqi population. We have talked directly to Sunni tribes that used to be hostile to America and supported their fight against al-Qaeda. Shia militias have generally respected a ceasefire. Those are the facts, and all Americans welcome them. And for weeks now, Senator McCain has argued that the gains of the surge mean that I should change my commitment to end the war. But this argument misconstrues what is necessary to succeed in Iraq and stubbornly ignores the facts of the broader strategic picture that we face. George Bush and John McCain don't have a strategy for success in Iraq. They have a strategy for staying in Iraq. They say we couldn't leave when violence was up, and they now say that we can't leave when violence is down. They refuse to press the Iraqis to make tough choices, and they label any timetable to redeploy our troops surrender, even though we would be turning Iraq over to a sovereign Iraqi government, not to a terrorist enemy. Theirs is an endless focus on tactics inside Iraq, with no consideration of our strategy to face threats beyond Iraq's borders.